Materials. You will need one pre-made hooded jacket, red and white thread, a half yard of white fabric of the same kind of material as the jacket, and a half yard of red silk-like fabric. Making the lining. To make the lining of the hood, first lay the jacket on top of a piece of butcher paper with the hood flattened on its side. Then trace about a ½ inch around the back and the top of the hood and the bottom. In the front, you're going to extend about 5 inches at the top and then make a gentle slope toward the base of the hood. As you can see in this picture, the dotted line is the edge of the original hood. You also want the end at the top to be square, not pointed. It will end up pointed when you sew it. Lay the pattern down on top of your red fabric folded in half. It's easiest to put the pattern on the edge. You want the side, which will ultimately show on the hood, the silky side, to be on the inside. Pin and cut your pattern. Make sure the pins go through both layers of fabric. Once cut out, re-pin it together with the non-silky side on the outside. Sew the pieces back together. Do not sew the bottom or the front. Making the extended hood. To make the extended hood pattern, place your lining pattern on a piece of butcher paper so that only the extended part is on it, and trace it. Cut it out and draw the pattern that's on Desmond's hood on your pattern, a triangle and a half circle. Here is a picture of the pattern you are drawing. Cut them out and place the pieces on butcher paper, and then trace about a ½ inch around them. If you don't do this, you won't have enough leftover fabric to sew it properly. Place the cutout pieces on the white fabric folded in half. Make sure the side that will ultimately be on the exterior of the hood is facing up on the side you lay the patterns, and that the part you want inside the hood is inside the fold. In other words, the two bad sides should be facing each other inside the fold. Pin and cut out the patterns. Again, make sure your pins go through both layers of fabric. Lay the pieces down as you want them to be sewn. Take the top two parts and pin them together. Remember, you want the bad part facing out at this point, so when you sew it, the good part will be smooth. You will have to do a little bit of gathering at this point. Here it is pinned, and here it is sewn. Then sew the lower parts together. Again, make sure that you have the bad side facing out. You will have to do some gathering due to the circular part, so make sure you pin it right. You may want to practice on some scrap fabric first. Here it is pinned, and here it is sewn. Repeat on the other side. Place the tops together. Pin and sew it. Again, make sure the bad side is on the outside. And here it is all sewn. You can trim or iron the inside extra fabric a bit if you want to. Now to attach the extended hood to the original hood. Place the extended part inside of the hood. Lay the hood flat to pin it. Here I had to be careful not to pin shut the drawstring. And here it is pinned in the front. And pinned on the inside. I sewed in both the front and behind the drawstring to make it extra sturdy. Even if your hood doesn't have a drawstring, you'll want to sew it twice, once right on the edge and once about an inch in to make sure it is secure. Sewing the lining in. Take the hood and turn it inside out. Then take your lining with the silky side out and place it inside of the hood. Make sure that you have the wrong sides facing out on both sides. Pin the lining and hood together. Do not pin the bottom part, only the sides. Pin in the middle to keep it steady. Make sure to pin the extra fabric from the exterior flat. Sew along the edges, leaving about a ½ inch and pointing at the top. Do not sew the bottom. Then trim the edges. Turn the hood right side out, placing the lining inside of the hood. You can see the pattern now. Lay the hood flat and fold the red fabric under at the edges and pin it. You will then hand sew this last edge using a hem stitch. I was lucky in that there was an extra bit of fabric, the black part that you see there, that I was able to hide the stitches in. And here's the completed jacket. Thanks for watching.